Ladies and gentlemen, hello everyone. You are once again welcome here on the Tribune of Awakening Consciousness. This is the headline of international news. It's the top story. Yes, NATO has just seriously provoked Russia on the Belarusian border. We therefore understand the reason why the emergency meeting was called. This March 6, 2025, in Brussels, where the 27 member countries of the European Union are to meet to consider the plan proposed by Ursula von der Leyen, President of the European Union Commission, and also to examine the content of the plan proposed by French President Emmanuel Macron. In any case, according to the official information disseminated in the press by the intelligence services, Belarus, we are witnessing the fact that there is the presence of 17 NATO battalion tactical groups in the United States of America stationed in the Baltic states and Poland. You heard it. They have already sent contingents, 17 NATO battalion tactical groups. And the United States of America, even though today the United States of America is on a path of wanting to negotiate with Russia, for the moment, there are no negotiations yet. So, the American forces that are on European soil are under the authority of the unit commanders who are in Europe. Thus, they are manipulable at any moment. They can be sent anywhere at any time, since they are there for a mission. Administratively, they are still there for a mission. I'm talking about the American forces. This is actually one of the reasons why Donald Trump wanted to recall all those soldiers who are in Europe, all the American soldiers. But for the moment, this decision is slow to be made by the White House. So, Europe benefits from a contingent of 17 battalions composed of both NATO soldiers and Americans who have been tactically deployed at the Belarusian border. They are stationed there in the Baltic states, in Poland, and they are heavily armed. So, this statement was made by the Chief of Staff of the Belarusian Armed Forces, Mr. Pavel Moraveiko. He is the one making this statement. He is the one making this announcement. So, Belarus, which has an agreement, which is even part of the Russian territory, Belarus cannot sit idly by and watch this and remain silent. President Vladimir Putin, when he proceeded to modify the Russian nuclear doctrine, which now allowed Russia to use nuclear weapons, when its territory was affected, Putin was very clear: whether it's Russian soil or Belarusian soil, if you touch one of these lands, we will trigger the nuclear response. The enhanced protection of Belarus by Russia is, I would say, notoriously evident. The two are together. That's why when Belarus observes, Belarus reports and relays the information to Russia. We therefore understand the reason why Vladimir Putin delivered this speech on March 5th, 2025. The speech we discussed here on the Tribune of Awakening Consciences, a very frightening speech. For those who haven't seen the speech, you can find it in our videos from March 5, 2025. So, let's dive deep, ladies and gentlemen. The composition of the content deployed near the Belarusian borders has increased, according to Chief of Staff Pavel Moraveiko. It is thus, today, in addition to the national military contingents of the Baltic states and Poland, 17 NATO and US battalion tactical groups are deployed on their territory and possess quite significant weapons and military equipment. Here is the information that is given. This is a provocation. We therefore understand the reason why tomorrow, let's say today, March 6, 2025, we understand why, during this extraordinary summit taking place this Thursday, March 6, 2025, the leaders of the European Union of 27 will attempt to approve a rearmament plan for Europe amounting to 800 billion, which was proposed by the European Commission, thus the initiative of Ursula von der Leyen. We understand why they are meeting urgently on this March 6, 2025 to seek to approve this rearmament plan. That is to say, they want to equip themselves with new weapons since they no longer have any, and the amount rises to 800 billion. And so, that's why they will meet in Brussels. So, what needs to be said, according to a senior official of the European Union, the President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, must present and clarify to the leaders of the European Union the details of her proposal, particularly the points related to borrowing around 150 billion euros. For defense, they must go into debt to ensure their defense. In this 800 billion project, they must borrow 150 billion. So, in general, all the countries of the European Union agree that Europe must act and become more autonomous in terms of defense. We agree. But it's because they are estimating that their contingents sent to Poland in the countries, Baltic and others, must be able to serve to act on Russia. And in doing so, they must prepare themselves. Share the video conference with me, please. Share this video conference with me. You also have other evidence that shows they are preparing, that Europe is getting ready to truly collide with Russia. We have, for example, Latvia, also a Baltic country, whose Saima Commission, the unicameral parliament, the state, or on national security, has prepared a bill aimed at implementing a travel ban to Russia and Belarus. So, the nationals, the state, those of Latvia, there will soon be a law which will prohibit them from going to Belarus and Russia, even if it's for tourism. This already means that they know what they are preparing. Vladimir Putin once again was right to deliver the speech he gave on March 5th, 2025. So, to conclude with this situation, what else needs to be said again? Is that the European Union is working tirelessly to organize a summit. That is to say, after their famous summit, they want to have another summit, the European Union, United States of America, to convince America to join them in their dance, to continue designating Russia as the state to be eliminated as the bad state, as the danger, the monster in question. And that's why a representative of the European Union stated, "There you go." And he said, "We are ready. We welcome the idea. We are ready. And we think it would be useful." There you go. We need to come together with the United States of America to make serious and severe decisions against Russia. So, dear ladies and gentlemen, the declaration has been made. The announcement of the presence of these soldiers in these different Baltic countries has been made. We are waiting to see how Russia will react beyond the speech given by Vladimir Putin. So, at this point, dear ladies and gentlemen, I have nothing left but to say to all of you, thank you very much for your contributions to the realization, visibility, and dissemination of this video conference. I will get back to you shortly with new updates. This was the voice of your one and only Samurai,